Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Anitsu, and we are back with another Digimon video. So today we are going to be doing a gameplay video. So I figured I'd just show you the deck list right here before we get into some of the matches. If you're enjoying this type of content and you want to see more, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay up to date when I upload or go live next. And when it comes to the actual nitty-gritties of this deck, I kind of already talked about it in an episode of Underrated but Awesome Decks in Digimon, and it really hasn't changed here outside of just me playing around with some slightly different top ends, but this is the deck that I settled and decided on actually playing for the video. So as far as what the deck is doing, I already kind of covered that. It's trying to utilize the hero engine to make our Digivolutions as cheap as possible, so that way we have different ways to aggress with our level 5s. So we have some really powerful level 5 Digimon in the form of Aldemon, because he natively has Security Attack Plus, and he adds something to the deck that Heroes really wasn't utilizing before, which is why it might have fallen off, and that is the fact that we actually have some potential to be able to replay our Tamers, because in a format where there is some decent amount of Tamer hate, we want to make sure that our Tamers are going to be as resilient as possible so we actually can stay in the game, because there is a lot of reliance on our Tamers doing some work in terms of being our resource and value engine. So Aldemon definitely helps with keeping at least our Takuyas around as best as possible, which is really nice. And then as long as our Takuyas are around, if we have the other Tamer in our hands, then we have extra ways at being able to replay him. So that's kind of the idea there. But at the end of the day, we're still just trying to rely on Arrestadramon Superior Mode to do a lot of the heavy lifting, because this card's an absolute beast, being able to attack essentially twice in a single turn. So the idea behind this is we actually can use a lot of the hybrid stuff to be more aggressive. So not only do we just have plays that the opponent might not be expecting because of the Takuya, but Atomic Inferno could also increase our damage output to just allow us to just sneak in some extra wins. And then when it comes to the level 6s, I was kind of experimenting with the level 6s. I initially started off using the Hina Dragon stuff, but I decided to cut that because while it was good and effective, because being hyper aggressive and ending in a floodgate to take the opponent's turn away is really good, sometimes I would just rather win the game, and I think that a card like Gallantmon, especially in the mid to late stages of the game, is a very powerful card, because we could use it in combination with the Arrestadramon or even our Aldemon to be able to just get a free extra rush body. Then we have Medieval Gallantmon being a very easy hyper generic pseudo floodgate for basically any deck to use. This deck no different. And then Black War Greymon Ace is just an annoying ace. That's the only reason why I put him in here. Technically he doesn't even have to be in here, but I just wanted to experiment because we're again just mostly focused on our level 5s, and that leaves us open to being able to potentially ace bait the opponent into a bad play, because they might not be expecting an ace Digimon. Granted, there might be better ace choices, but I like Black War Greymon Ace because he actually has built-in protections, so that makes him more valuable of an ace Digimon in my eyes. But essentially, that's kind of the deck in a nutshell, is just use the hero engine to get up into level 5s, use the level 5s to maintain some sort of aggression and to keep our cards around, and then just play level 6s whenever we feel like it. So let's hop over into some games and see how this deck actually functions. Let's see. I think this is a mulligan. Like, I have Guilmon into Takuya, but I really don't have anything else. I think this is a little bit better, because I can start with this. I'll Evo for 1, just to pass over at 1, so next turn I could get a card draw. Because most likely I'm going to either Tageru or Gumdramon. And we are facing a classic Gallant deck. Yep, classic Gallant. So that means giving my opponent things to interact with is inherently bad. So that means next turn I should probably set up a Tageru. So I'm going to move out. I'm going to chip and draw. That's fine. And I'm going to set up the Tageru. Because I can't give my opponent things to interact with, because otherwise I just die. Some memory boosting. Adding the Gallant. Hard playing the Geel. Probably adding the War Growl. Interesting that they're playing Tocado. Oh. Adding the Ace. So we're going to tuck the Guilmon underneath. We're going to Digivolve into here. For 0, I guess. Not exactly what I need. Do I honestly just take the Gumdramon? Or do I take the Arrestor? Do I, like, Digivolve into Arrestor in Raising? I think maybe that's the play. Oh, but having my Digimon live through a chip shot is, like, actually all kinds of bad. So I think maybe I do just take the Superior. But I don't really have any other memory plays if I don't take the Arrestor. I'll just take the Arrestor, and I'll just Digivolve for 2. We'll see if I get punished for this later. This is fine. I have combos. Ooh, a second one. That's pretty okay for me. Memory boost. So depending on what I'm drawing, I might tuck. So we'll raise out, and then we'll use you to tuck this. Oh. Maybe I don't tuck this, because I only have these 2 targets to tuck. And I kind of need this, because this just grabs back a hybrid. Because if I tuck this, what am I doing with 4 memory? So I'm going to Evo for, what, 2 on one of these? Do I have to suspend this? Yeah, by suspending. I think I just don't do that. So I could swing first, see what triggers, and see what cards I draw. Because I have to try to do something powerful this turn. So we'll pop this. Because what am I using this for? I think I'm just going to swing here, actually. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to pop you. We're going to Digivolve here. Do I use this? So what am I actually tucking is the question. Oh, I could tuck from my trash. Yeah. From trash. The Vmon. Then I can Atomic Inferno. Swing over his Digimon because I'll have Piercing because I'm going to Digivolve into here. Use the effect. Digivolve. Gain piercing. And then use you to Digivolve into here. And that should be 2 more checks. 1 more check. And we have game. See, look how easy that was. They're going first. I have Rookie. I have a Memory Boost and a couple of Tagerus. I think we might be able to keep this. We just need to try to draw into some good stuff, and we're good to go. Ooh, I hate this deck. I don't think this is impossible, but this is annoying. It just depends on how hard I'm able to aggress. So they're playing the 0 egg version. And then I think I just Memory Boost here. Just choke him to 1. Ooh. Do I arrest her? I think I just take arrest her. Because I could Digivolve next turn and then set up the second one. It sucks that I'm missing out on the Aldemons, though, and the Takuya. But this is still fine. So they're most likely going to hard play a Digimon and then delete my thing. And then delete their thing. Put it in security. Yeah, so they're going to delete their thing. Hide a Digimon in Raising. Oh, no, they're just deleting that? Okay. What does this do? On delete, if you have no... Put it on the... Okay, so it just hides in security. Alright, so we move out. We tuck a Guilmon, draw a card, gain a memory. The Takuya's really good here. Digivolve for 2. Do I cost reduce it? Probably. Just to get the on delete. Play out a Tamer. We're going to play out the Tageru. Maybe I should have played out the Takuya for memory management. That's a good draw. And then throw out Tamer. Choke to 1, and then his Piedmon can't delete my Digimon because it's not suspended. And then we're going to throw Guilmon underneath, Digivolve into the Vmon. Oh, they're just going to hard play it and then bottom deck it. Yeah. We'll tuck and draw. We will tuck and draw. Digivolve for 0. We will dig for a hybrid. I could Guilmon into a Rester. That doesn't sound like terrible. I don't really need to do that though. So maybe I just go Burning on the Takuya. So if I Burning on Takuya, I can swing, or I could Digivolve into Aldemon and swing. Or do I just wait one more turn? Because he has to clear this, right? And then I should be able to reduce the Digivolution. Oh no, I won't. And then this will be 2 checks piercing. Grab the Agunimon. Hope he doesn't have another puppet. Because this will only be 10k during my turn. So drawing into like an Atomic Inferno would be nuts. No. Oh, so he's gonna stun my Digimon? And then he gets to stun a Tamer. Stunning the Tamer really doesn't matter here. We're going to tuck and draw. Am I using this Arrestor to set up a Tamer? I think I should have enough memory. So, which one has... This has the Guilmon? Oh, 2 of them have Guilmon. Okay. So, I could Evo for 2. Place one from my trash. I'll have plenty of DP, so I guess just a Guilmon. Then Atomic Inferno. Atomic Inferno. Crack you. To Digivolve. The Guilmon, I guess. So now that's free. And this should be 3 or 4 checks. So I just need to do enough damage to stop Apocalypse from coming out, and then I should be fine. So he's obviously going to want to take Puppet, yeah. Return one of the opponents suspended. So I could Digivolve you for 2. Then Digivolve into another one. Draw card, draw card. Oh, what does this do? If an effect if deleted by an effect. Okay, we're not deleting by an effect, so we're going to be using raid. And then is he no ace? Okay. Another Golfmon? So this is the one we're actually going to swing. Use raid. Fortunately, he gets cards. Another Golfmon. He really wants this Golfmon. We could take the Medieval Gallant. Unfortunately, a little on the late side, but he really wanted that Golfmon. Because that's the only reason why you're using this, is to play out a Golfmon. I mean, with 0 security, he kind of has to rely on Golfmon again. Well, not again, for the first time. And then that'll delete this, and then he gets to play Golfmon. Or is he gonna delete the puppet? Nope. Oh, he gets to play a Dark Master too. So maybe he's just trying to delete one of my Digimon? Because he would have to do Pied to delete a Digimon. We get a tuck and draw. Let's go ahead and Digivolve. He has the pied insecurity. So do I just grab the Ultimon then? So I could suspend and draw. We are not going to do that. So assuming he doesn't have any aces, I should be fine. Even then, I might be able to, like, live out of one ace. Okay, so he does have an ace. So suspend 2 of the opponent's Digimon or Tamers. So I guess that's irrelevant. So security was removed, so we could play out a Tamer. Yes. I wish I had just a tiny bit more memory so I could, like, Medieval Gallant. So let's go ahead and Digivolve here. Return Inaguni to hand. And then I know he has an ace to ace on here, but I don't think that's gonna matter a whole lot. Because it doesn't have blocker. Yeah, because this isn't stopping the attack. Oh, he gets to delete my Digimon. Yeah, I'm like, what does that do? So that's all I really have for this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to tell me your thoughts about the deck and any of the plays down in the comments below. And with that, I hope to see you all in the next video. Later.